Hello again and welcome back. Weary traveler, I am glad that you have chosen to rest at my inn on this perilous journey. This is Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. Today we are doing a donation request. This is the song Wood, ? W-O-U-L-D, not W-O-O-D, from Opeth, but it's originally an Alice in Chains song. So this is a cover of Wood by Alice in Chains by the band Opeth. It looks like this was from their 2008 album or single called Burden. So the single for the song called Burden. This was a donation request from Scyphe here on YouTube. Thank you, Scyphe. As always, wonderful recommendations. Now, here's my little disclaimer. If you don't want to hear this, just jump on right ahead and you can find where the music starts. But I've already done this. So this is my second time hearing this song. Somehow I recorded a video for my financial channel and 3 videos for this channel. I did this song, I did a song by Sleepy Time Gorilla Museum, and I did a song by Sonata Arctica, and all of those were donation requests. And I don't have any audio. I had the audio for the song, but it's just me doing this for 20 minutes. So I just discovered that somehow there was a setting in OBS that was messed up, and I wasted a whole bunch of my time recording videos that there's no audio for. So, oops, I guess is all I can say there. My bad. Sorry. I have already heard this, but I will try to cover the same things as I remember and get into it. So thank you for your time. And without any further rambling, let's get into the music. This song is awesome, and I happen to already know that. So let's go. So and I already paused, my instant impression was, oh, that's a weird noise. But then it sounds just like, or close to, the beginning of Hey Man, Nice Shot by Filter. Kind of an iconic song, a song I happen to like very, very much. And, you know, that kind of just real low thrumming. I don't know what I'm talking about. On the bass, that just riding on that one note. And, you know, that kind of a thing, it just instantly conjures that. And so, love it. I also didn't realize for a second when I recorded this the first time that this was a single from Watershed. I was like, does Opeth just have a thing with green light and old houses or whatever? But it's like another shot of the same house, probably. So anyway, let's start from the beginning again. I really, really like that entrance of the bass, though. The kind of song that makes you just want to drum along. Doing it backwards for a second. Good. This is the kind of song that's just eminently repeatable. It's an earworm kind of a thing. I can hum this in my head while I'm doing something else. It's before he starts singing again. I have to say, his voice is so much better to my ears than whoever the singer for Alice in Chains is. I don't know. I'm not really an Alice in Chains guy. I like some of their songs. You know, it's just not like a band that I've ever really, really soaked up. And it's not necessarily that I want to. You know, some of it's great from what I've heard. What's the song with the rooster? Maybe it's just called Rooster. And, you know, there's a few other songs that I've heard. I'm like, yep, that's cool. That's a good song. But it's not, there's nothing that really, really speaks to me in the Alice in Chains catalog. So I'm glad, I'm happy to have a different vocalist. In my original first time reaction for this song, I recall that I mentioned there is a cover of Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin by the band Mastodon. And that's a wonderful cover. It's not that it supersedes the original or anything like that. And I couldn't tell you if this cover supersedes the original Alice in Chains song, but you know, their kind of modern mastering and instrumentation and everything is really nice. It's a wonderful cover of Stairway to Heaven. It doesn't sound anything like this, but I like covers. I mean, the Proto Men, as some of you know, my favorite band on the planet, they have an entire cover album called The Cover Up, kind of a clever thing. And some of those covers are better than the original songs, you know, to me. And I knew the original songs. And so it's just, covers are weird. You know, it's like, is that not being creative because you're mapping to an original composition? I mean, maybe you can make that argument, but you know, I don't think you can sit there and argue that Opeth is not a creative force in the world, right? I mean, they're wonderful. So, and thank you, you know, as always, to y'all who watch this channel for putting me on the path, because I used to think of Opeth as, yeah, okay, whatever. And I didn't really like them. So, and it's because I hadn't spent the time and I hadn't gotten into it. Maybe Alice in Chains is the same thing, and I'm ignorant. But okay, that's enough of a tangent on that. This song is great. It's a lot of fun to listen to. I really like that just incredible bassiness. I like I don't know what it is, but there's a certain quality to drums sometimes where I'm just like, ooh, I got to play this in the air. You know, like I got to play this on my steering wheel and console in the car, whatever, wherever I am, whatever I'm listening, whatever I'm doing. I just got to engage with it. And that's kind of what this is. I don't know Alice in Chains like lyrics very well. And I love this rhythmic section under the solo. Solo. Now that end really caught me off guard. Y'all get the benefit this time. Last time I did this, I also somehow had turned on autoplay again, so it started playing. I think this song over here by Poets of the Fall, and I was like, "Wait, hold on," and it kind of messed me up. But that ending, I like it. It's different. It's not what I expected. Um, I didn't get it. Okay, so the song, I kind of have an interpretation that I think may be correct. It's not Opeth, so I'm not as familiar with like how Alice in Chains writes lyrics and that kind of stuff, as I said a moment ago. But and maybe it's not supposed to be that deep or whatever. But the very last line, "If I would, could you?" I don't quite get what that's supposed to be saying. Um, if I would, what could you? What like the lines before that are, am I wrong? Have I run too far to get home? Have I gone and left you here alone? Am I wrong? Have I run too far to get home? So is that what we're talking about there? Is it, if I would leave or end this relationship, could you manage? Is that the question? Like I don't really get it. I do like how musically it was done. I like that just kind of big hits, the five big hits there at the end for those lyrics. I just don't understand the question, but I'm also kind of like I tend to be more dramatic, not dramatic, grammatic when I read things, and so sometimes really obvious stuff misses me. And if you know how that's supposed to be interpreted, please tell me. But the lyrics earlier in the song, there is more lyrics to hear. That stuff about into the flood again, same old trip it was back then. So I made a big mistake, try to see it once my way. It sounds to me like we're using the flood as a metaphor for like the tumult and tempestuous nature of a argument between lovers. And it's like downplaying the mistake that you made to try to just get some common ground. Most human communication is trying to find common ground with someone else, right? And if you've ever read Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, that's a lot of what that's about. Even like a crazy insane situation like a hostage negotiation, if the other person can feel heard, there can be like some bridges built there. It's kind of crazy. And so I kind of like that. I kind of like using the flood as that metaphor there. Um, the insane pressure and the push and the pull. And I think it's a good metaphor. I don't know if that's exactly what's going on, but that's how I heard it. So there's that. I think that's about all I have to say about this one. I mean, it's just a fun listen. It's really cool. I like hearing covers. It makes me want to do Tool's cover of No Quarter by Led Zeppelin. I don't know why I'm on a Led Zeppelin thing today, but there's some really cool covers out there. I'd love to talk about them. If you have a cool cover that you'd like me to listen to and talk about, then there's a couple of ways you can make a request and actually make sure I get to it at some point. Those are below. Paragraph, Buy Me a Coffee. It's two different platforms. They work two different ways. There's two different models. But either way, I really, really appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being patient with my equipment failure. I have a lot of work to do over again. So, things are back. I'm back. Everything's okay. I know I had like very, very little content there for a while, but fingers crossed, I should have at least 3 videos this week. So, thanks for being here. And very shortly, you're going to see another video come up on screen. I think you'll like it based on you liking this song. And if you would, check it out. It helps out the channel if you watch a couple of videos while you're here. Until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.